Does that horse have a penis? Howdy, everybody. It's nice to see you here. I mean, I can't see you, but if I could, it would be really nice, I'm sure. We're going to talk about conspiracy theorists and New Agers, and it's going to be a good old time. We've got a theme to go on today. We're going to be talking about narcissism specifically, how people think they discover amazing secrets of the universe, and then they just become really full of themselves because they have this special knowledge that everybody needs to know that just comes from like nowhere, their heads or some TikTok video, which today we're not doing TikTok exactly. We're doing Instagram. So it's a little spin on the theme, but it's the same idea. They're Instagram shorts about this ridiculous nonsense. It's going to be a good time. You know, I've always tried to actually ignore this stuff, but for some reason, it always comes to me. I always find a way to get roped into it. About 10 years ago, my mom had this paranoid fantasy that she was being chased by the FBI for unknown reasons. My ex, in 2017, became spiritual all of a sudden and decided she was an ancient witch and then an ancient goddess and then created the universe and decided I was an ancient witch and I had opened a demonic portal in her kitchen, which is not where I would have chosen because, you know, the demons might get hungry and that's my food. But I digress. You know, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for the portal opening. My bad. So I got roped into it and I found it fascinating. I've been fascinated ever since. You can't be an ancient witch opening demonic portals and not be like, wow, that's kind of fascinating. But enough about me. Let's manifest some omni-dimensional excitement. What do you say?
I can confidently say that if I have landed on your page, then you've heard of the term timeline jumping, timeline hopping. And if you haven't, really, it sounds a little bit woo-woo. It's not time traveling. It's really not even manifesting. It's alignment. And I think that that's something that's not talked about enough in the spiritual community is we get so caught on manifesting and creating that we can align ourselves, and it's a lot less work because these things are already happening for us. Every time that we make a choice, there is a reality in which that other choice that we did not make is playing out. And so if you look into quantum science, there's evidence behind all of this. This is not just me making it up. But what I will say is I've been doing an affirmation and I can tell that I'm in a different timeline. I can tell because the people that are showing up, the characters in my story look way different than ever before. It's a different caliber. This is the affirmation I'm doing. I don't have a lot of time. I do it every night before I go to sleep and when I wake up. I am in the timeline of my highest good, my deepest desires, and my ultimate fulfillment. This is what I've been repeating to myself. And when I tell you I've done so many things to shift my reality, but this particular affirmation is changing my life.
See what I mean? It's all about manifesting a better world for her. These people who manifest and do timeline jumping, you notice they never exist in the timeline without war and without child poverty and hunger and childhood leukemia. They never exist in a universe where all these problems have been solved. They're always still in our universe where, like, Russia is at war with Ukraine and Israel with Palestine and occasionally in scuffles with Iran, and Donald Trump may be president again very soon. I think that's proof positive that, like, manifestation isn't real. Timeline jumping isn't real. If you were going to pick a timeline, this would be pretty low on the list. It's like that Rick and Morty. Oh, God, I can't believe I'm saying this. It's like that Rick and Morty episode where they keep jumping between timelines, and every single one of them has, like, Nazis.
God damn it, when did this shit become the default?
Okay, so maybe the Rick and Morty reference was actually kind of appropriate because it really does seem like these people are convinced they're in like a Marvel movie or a Rick and Morty, something like that. They think they're in some kind of movie where like reality bends to your will because you're so special and cool and great and smart and awesome. And you've got such amazing like secret knowledge of how things really work. And now science is confirming it. But it's not. Like, quantum physics is cool and weird and perplexing, but it's not magic.
So if the spirit leaves the body when we cross over, why do spirits sometimes still look like they have a body? Like, why do they sometimes look like people? Why do they sometimes look like a shadow? Why do they sometimes look like a mirage?
Why did you not, like, rush to a mental hospital as soon as you started seeing things? Because I hate to break it to you, but, like, if I were to start seeing things, I would not think, oh, wow, I'm so spiritual. I would think, oh, shit, I'm in trouble.
I'm gonna tell you. Hi, I'm Reverend Meg. I'm an active spiritualist minister, a licensed psychic medium, and an international spiritual counselor.
You've got a degree in baloney.
So how someone sees a spirit has to do with three things. First, whether or not they're projecting. Second of all, how the individual perceives energy. And third, what's in the person's mind?
Okay, fellas, who wants to tell her the bad news about what all that means?
So first, how they choose to project. If you see a spirit and it actually looks like a human, it did that on purpose and it wasn't easy. Because once our spirit exits the body, it's pretty much just a football-shaped glowing ball of energy.
Doesn't that seem like a testable claim? I mean, what is energy? Energy is a scientific term. Energy can be measured. Even if you can't directly see it, you can measure the effects of it. So, if she can see a football-sized thing of energy, then surely there should be some way to test that, right, fellas? Right? Right?
But spirit will often project as a human being to make us feel more comfortable. Not all spirits can do this. They literally have to learn. So it's also dependent on how an individual perceives energy. But most people perceive spirits as shadows. There's nothing wrong with shadow people, that's just how most people experience spirits.
No, dude. That's how most people experience psychosis. You know what shadow people are? Shadow people aren't real. They're delusions. I think we can all appreciate, in some sense, how the internet has just enabled people who see stuff to come together and say, oh, I see that too. It must be normal. Like, good job, social media.
And third, what's in the person's mind. Because if they have a bunch of fear and horror movies stored in their mind, their ego is going to project all of that onto spirit. Humans are dangerous, not spirits.
Well, you sure can't say that again. Humans at least have the benefit of being real. Although, if a human is seeing spirits, I am much more likely to, not trust them or their judgment at all. And as I have stated before, I do have a certain very close family member or two that do describe seeing shadow people and ghosts and spirits and all that. And guess what I think about them? Guess just based on what you've heard here. Guess in the comments what I think is going on there.
I just want you to realize what's happening in the background right here. How everything just turned white just because I came by it. Yes. And the flower is supposed to look like this. But because I'm right here, they all turned white. So I just, whatever you call it. And something's right here by me, but yeah, it's a different type of spirit I have. But I just wanted to show it to everybody. But everybody have a blessed day.
You know, I think somebody said this a lot better than I can in the comments, so we're just gonna go over to that. Boomers don't understand auto exposure with electronic cameras. She thinks she has supernatural powers because her phone can't set the exposure for her in the shade and the background in bright sunlight simultaneously. Boomers and their main character syndrome are wild. I also included a runner-up for best comment. The spirit is called Delulu.
If you want proof that manifesting is real and proof that the universe is always listening to you, then watch this video. I am going to teach you a game to play with the universe over the next 24 hours. Then I want you to comment below what happened. Okay, so I've seen some other TikTok creators do this.
I'm telling you, man, TikTok is ruining us. TikTok is a menace. I used to be against banning TikTok because I just think it's an unfair double standard, but Jesus, dude, get rid of this thing before it's too late.
So say this out loud. Universe, I want you to show me that you are listening. I want you to show me that I'm a powerful manifester. I want you to show me that you have my back. So I am asking you to send me a gift in the next 24 hours. You can choose what it is, but it has to be for the highest good for myself and everyone else included. I am open to surprises from you. And please give me a deep knowing that this gift is from you when you send it.
Oh, I love the smell of wishful thinking meets confirmation bias in the morning. Seriously, this is so vague. I mean, if you were to be like, okay, universe, I want to win the lottery now. I would like to win the lottery so I can help a lot of people with all the money I make from winning the lottery. And then you win the lottery the next day. That would be pretty compelling. But just being like, okay, universe, send me a gift. Any gift. Just send me a gift, oh universe. Not very compelling. I mean, anything good that happens to you, you could be like, well, there we go. The universe did the good thing. The universe loves me. I'm so special to the universe that it did a good for me. Yeah, so that, like, doesn't work. Sorry. I guess another way of saying it would be, good things and bad things happen to everybody, day in and day out. And what you focus on is what you will notice. But that's not you materializing it, that's just you noticing it.
Okay, say that out loud. Now, to add extra strength to this, say it before you go into bed or say it first thing in the morning when you wake up, because your brain is in the theta state and your subconscious mind is going to do everything to support you along with the universal laws and energies.
There we go again with the energies. What energies? Please, somebody define the energies. I would like to know what energies these are exactly. What energy are we making use of here? How do we measure it? How do we know what it is? How do you know it's there? What is this mysterious energy?
I want you to be open and present and expect that something nice is going to happen for you. Comment below and give me a follow for more.
I think I can agree with at least that last part. Please comment, like, share this, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. If you like this, I would imagine if you're watching still, you probably do. I'm trying a new thing here. Take it easy on me, please.
So my ET parents are Zeta, so they're gray. And, of course I have...
Why don't you have a big head and huge eyes?
Yeah, so my physical DNA is, human, which is, once again, this mix, this hybridization. We're an experiment. We're a hybrid experiment.
Hey, I got a quick question. What the
but my soul is very much so connected to the Zetas and the Galactic Federation.
Now, you were telling me before the program that you just had a baby.
Yes, I did.
Is it a human baby?
Yes, he is. However, I did tell my galactic family that if he wanted to show up looking a little bit more alien, that would be okay too.
I actually have experience with this particular conspiracy because when I was 12, 13, which was 2002, 2003, I fell for it. I was not always a super skeptical, critical thinker. I was always about religion, but that doesn't mean you can't fall for other things. Now, I did fall for the Planet X Nibiru thing, as proposed by Nancy Lighter, however you say her last name. Nancy Liar, we'll call her. She said the Zetas were in contact with her, the Zetas being aliens from Zeta Reticuli or something like that. I forget the name of the star system or star or whatever. But she was in contact with them, telling her about Nibiru coming to destroy the inner solar system, cause calamity on Earth. She actually put her dogs down before the day of Planet X's arrival in May 2003. And of course, that never happened, so it was like Christy Noem before Christy Noem. I don't know how you say her name, but you get the idea. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with this one, actually. I've been thinking about doing a video on the Planet X conspiracy and like where it came from and all that. If anybody wants to see that, let me know in the comments and I'll think about it.
People who are starseeds, are they hybrids?
So humans who are starseeds, they definitely have higher amounts of extraterrestrial DNA within them. But once again, it comes down to their soul being more extraterrestrial than their physical body with that purpose.
You know what a cyborg is, right?
Yeah.
Part human, part machine?
Yep.
Are they making some of those?
Not really.
I like how taken aback she looks, like, she'd never considered the idea that advanced aliens would be extrapolating on technologies we are already working on to make ourselves into cyborgs and, become the machines. She never thought about that before, and it's written all over her face. It's a pretty funny response, really.
They're really focused on more of the organic biological.
How many people could be starseeds and they don't even know it?
A lot. I think there are so many starseeds on this planet who have no idea who they are and why they're here, which does lead to a lot of mental health and anxiety and depression.
Yes, when I see that video, I definitely think mental health, but probably not in the same way she's thinking of it. So that was fascinating, wasn't it? Anyway, as I said earlier, this video is experimental, and I've been editing all night long, so I think we're going to call it here. I hope it's not terrible. I hope it's not the worst thing I've ever put out, but if it is, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. Either way, thanks for watching, thanks for being here, and I hope you have a great one.